Welcome back to Sales. Today we're taking a look at DC Universe Rebirth, the Rebirth box set of DC icons from DC Collectibles. So this is a 7-figure box set from DC Collectibles, giving you a chance to get all of the main Justice League members in one shot for a very low price. Which is a good thing. It's just that the fact that there's no real accessories associated with this, it's why they had it at the $100 price point or a little bit lower. Still comes down to a very great value and worth it for those of you who are just starting on the icons line maybe, or if you already have been getting the icons line. These are little updates of a lot of the figures that already came out and or even their costumes and stuff. So without further ado, let's take a look at the figures out of the box. So first up is the Man of Steel himself, Superman. So this is Superman, his new Rebirth costume that's in comic books right now. As some of you know or may not know, this original set was supposed to be the new 52, and they changed it last minute when the Rebirth got launched, which they do a lot with DC figure lines over the last couple of years. The sculpting is really well done. The paint job is pretty well done on this figure. Oh, by the way, for articulation, it's basically all the same. I will let you know if there's anything different. Here's a comparison of the Superman that we first got in Icons and the one we got in Rebirth. As you can tell, there's a big difference in sculpting, size, even in height. So these ones in the Rebirth box set are taller and are actually roughly of the 6-inch, a little bit taller than the 6-inch height, which is the original plan for the Icons in the first place. I really do find that they did a better job on Superman's face and likeness with this figure from the Rebirth set than they did with the classic, the single pack one. So if you want him in his classic suit, you can get him in a single pack, but the face sculpting was a little off and stuff, as I did do a review on him already. The other Superman, side note to know, is that on the plus side, even though he doesn't come with any accessories and stuff, the hands from the Superman in the single pack should be able to, or actually can be switched out, but they will look a little weird with the size difference and stuff like that. Like I said, hopefully that down the line they'll release a weapons pack or accessories pack, because none of these guys come with extra hands, accessories, or anything to switch out. Next up is probably one of the biggest improvements in this whole line is Batman. Batman, actually, his head can look up. He's actually the right size and a little bit taller, because when they first started the Icons line, the Batman we got was really short and small, and that was one of the big complaints and probably a lot of reasons why a lot of people did not pick up the line right off the bat, because the main character was a little small. He's really well sculpted. The paint is really well done on him. The articulation is the same basically. You have like upper arms, shoulders, double jointed elbows and knees, ab crunch, and they all have that drop down hinge too on their leg. The capes of all the characters in this box set are very soft and pliable plastic, so which means you should have no problem flexing them or putting them in different poses or even sitting them down in the chair. The only problem is that with all the first accessory pack that we did get, that accessory pack came with a lot of batarangs and stuff. This Batman can't hold any of that because he comes with 2 fist hands, and the first Batman had blue gloves, so there's no characters right now that have black gloves in order for you to switch out his hands to hold any of those accessories. As I just mentioned, hopefully there's some kind of a pack down the line that will give you those hands. If not, you just gotta have your Batman with his fist and not being able to hold a batarang. Next up is the Amazon Princess Wonder Woman, who has a movie coming out in about a month's time. Go see it. It's the first Wonder Woman movie ever. 75 years, people. This is her in her Rebirth costume. This is a really well done figure from like top to bottom, head sculpt. Like I mentioned, articulation is all the same. She even has this what you call it, the ankle rockers and stuff like that, and she has the drop down legs so you can get more poses. And I like the way they did the flowing hair and everything like that, and it is pliable, so which means you can actually turn her head from left to right and stuff and get her in different poses without the hair actually hindering the movements and stuff. So the paint job on this is really amazing. There's no slops or anything like that. Kind of wish her bracelets there would rotate or they had some articulation in them, but they don't. Hard to say. This is not the first Wonder Woman. It's kind of like the second, because the one there you see on the right, it's actually the first one. It's supposed to come out before the box set, but it was delayed. But the problem here is that the height is completely different. So she's taller, probably she's taller than most of the characters in this box set, but then she's shorter with the single pack one that comes out, and that's the new 52 Wonder Woman that's in the single pack, which I'll be doing a future review later on this month. Nevertheless, I really do like the way this figure looks. I think the reason why she's so tall is that there's a little bit extra length in her boots that give her that extra height. The other thing is that you could probably switch her hands out, just that the skin tone doesn't really match, and then she will have this like glove on her hand if you want to switch your hands out in order for her to hold any accessories and stuff if you do have the single pack Wonder Woman. Next up is the fastest man alive, the Flash. So here you have the Flash in his Rebirth costume, which you've seen in Mattel's version as well. So it's really cool. I like the way they have the lightning and everything on him. Difference in articulation, he has a boot swivel, and his ears are a little bit more pliable. For those of you who didn't know, the first Flash in a single pack, a lot of people, when they took out the Flash, the ears broke because it's pretty like solid and very thin. But this one, you don't have to worry about that. The ears are really pliable and do not break. The only problem I have with my Flash is that his left arm keeps popping off right underneath the shoulder there, so the bicep kind of like separates there. It's not broken, it's just that I don't know why it keeps doing that. Here's a comparison of both of them. You have the single pack Flash and the Rebirth Flash. They're roughly about the same height. You can definitely tell the difference because one has a classic costume and one has a Rebirth costume. But he is like a half inch taller, the Rebirth one. Like I said, it seems like they increased the height with all these figures in this box set, so they're coming around to exactly the 6-inch height. On the plus side, he's probably the closest to being able to switch out hands because of the color of the costume. Roughly it's the same, so you can change his hands that came in the single pack and add it to this one, the Rebirth pack, to give that little pose, different poses like when he's running with his hands straight and stuff like that, and even to hold some accessories. Next up is the King of the Seven Seas, Aquaman. He's really well done. I always like it when they sculpt his what is it called, the sheath metal or whatever on his costume and stuff like that. It's actually sculpted, it's not painted on, and that's always a plus. His fins and stuff are soft and pliable. They're not really rigid or anything like that. He's got the gold belt and the gold collar, which really shine. They use like a metallic paint and everything on him. And he's just, his face sculpting is a little off to me. It sounds like he's like in a daze or something like that. But nevertheless, it's still pretty cool. Well done. The hair and everything is well done with the paint. If you compare him to the single pack Aquaman, you can see the difference in costume. The single pack Aquaman has a more shine to his costume. He has the darker greens. The belt's not that prominent in the single pack one, and you can see the face sculpting is completely different. He is another character that's pretty close to being able to switch hands, allowing you to hold his trident and stuff. So that's a plus. If you do have the single pack Aquaman, you'll be able to have him with holding his trident and stuff like that. Next up we have Green Lantern. So Green Lantern is one of those figures that if you got him in the deluxe set, you're very lucky because you can switch his hands and they do match. His gloves do not come off on this figure, so I wouldn't recommend that because you might break in. This being a box figure, you don't want to have to go buy a whole set again just to replace his Green Lantern. The paint job on him is really well done. He has more of a metallic shine. The joints are a lot more stiffer because I know with mine and a few other people, the joints from the box set, so I say the deluxe set, were really loose and wobbly. They seem to have fixed that. And it also added the leg drop with this Green Lantern, allowing you to give him a little bit more height so he can match and stand up to next to the rest of the Justice League and not be too short, because what you see here with the two of them standing side by side, he was really one of those other figures like Batman that were a little too small in height and stuff for Hal Jordan figure, especially when you have John Stewart who towers over him roughly in height. Nevertheless, really well done figure. It's cool that they added him. I wish they did gave him something different or a different look or something like that, but I guess cost reasons is the reason why they didn't really do too much with this figure in order to keep the cost down of the box set. Last but not least is Cyborg. So Cyborg is basically the same figure that comes in the deluxe set, which has also just been released. The thing to note is that his right arm does not come off. I tried, so that accessory that comes in the deluxe set will not be compatible with this figure. It seems like they really placed his arm in there. But his forearms and his hands are changeable, so you can add some of the accessories if you did happen to pick up that deluxe box set to this Cyborg. Not much difference with him. It's basically the same figure, same paint job, same articulation. Not much big of change here. It's the same. It falls in the same category as Green Lantern. Basically, it's that they just re-put this figure in the box set to keep the cost down and allow them to do updates with the other figures like Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, and the Flash, and Aquaman. So there they are compared. Height is basically the same height and stuff. I do find the box set one a slight bit bigger, just by a little smidgen of an inch, but nevertheless they're basically the same figure, same drop leg, articulation, and the paint job. It looks like the head of the box set Cyborg is a little bit more wider and bigger than the one that came in the deluxe pack. So there you have it, a quick review and quick look at the DC Collectibles, DC Icons Rebirth box set. Overall, this is a really great box set, figure wise and also value wise. Basically for like $100, or some other retailers have it for less than $100. You're basically getting 7 figures at $15 each. Kind of makes you wonder what the other $15 that we're paying for, where you get the single packs, which is probably like all those accessories and stuff like that, which I don't mind either. I still do wish that DC Collectibles will do the single packs. That they do come in handy, especially when you get the extra hands and accessories for each of the characters, which this set is lacking. Hopefully they do a special Rebirth box set accessory pack for just these characters alone, because that would definitely sell, because a lot of people like to be able to switch out their hands or have accessories for Wonder Woman or Aquaman, or especially Batman, seeing how we got a great Batman figure here. The update thing is that they are doing a single pack of Superman and Batman coming out later this fall, because those two are like obviously the most popular characters. The only thing is that they're not coming with any accessories or any type of changeable hands or weapons and stuff. They're going to be the same price though, which is the $28 price mark, which kind of like, if you really need to have those figures in single pack, then you can get them, but I recommend getting the box set, because you get more value for more bang for your buck with getting a lot more other characters and stuff like that. And the ones you don't want, you can always just like pawn off or sell off if you don't want those characters. But you are saving a lot more money by getting this box set rather than getting the single pack of Superman and Batman, which don't come with anything. So it's $60 and versus again like $40 more, and you can get yourself the box set and stuff like that, and you're better off with it. Nevertheless, I do hope they do more box sets like that. For extra $20 or $30 for the box set, wouldn't mind paying if they included accessories. That being said, my theory is they're going to do more box sets with a whole bunch of characters, because on the diamond list for when this figure box set was released, it was #1, so which means a lot of people like it when you can get a lot of characters all at once for a low price. Like I said, they do box sets like this, and then they do accessory packs, and we should see a lot more icons in this line and a lot more variety of characters that we may not be able to get in single pack, or might take a little too long, as retailers may not want to order like a Demon or Constantine in single pack, but they definitely get like a Justice League Dark 7-pack with Demon, Constantine, Raven, and other characters like that, you know, Felix Faust. So hopefully that's the path that they're going. I know they're doing like icon scene packs, where you have the Doomsday pack coming up, but I really would like to see a little bit more variety and not just the main characters over and over again, which they've been plagued to do and known to do. Nevertheless, this is Scorpion72 with a review of the DC Collectibles DC Icons Justice League Rebirth pack. Telling you to, of course, enjoy your toys and keep playing.